Students, in our last video, we have discussed up to dance and music from the chapter Unity and Diversity. And today we are going to discuss about art and sculpture. So art, you know what is art. Some people which they draw, it is called art. Some colors also given. And sculpture, what are sculptures? Sculptures means doing something on some hard things, like you can say some buildings, and on that buildings, that means on the hard rock or pillar, people do many kinds of things which we find in earlier times. And these are some monuments, we can say, which we find, like Taj Mahal. If you go to Taj Mahal, you will find some sculpture, that means the handwork which people had done earlier. So the earliest form of art, it was based on the teachings of Buddha. That means what Buddha used to teach. So that things only they used to art. So these arts are mainly based on the teachings of Buddha, Lord Buddha. And are the cave paintings at Ajanta and Ellora. And we find this type of paintings we find in Ajanta and Ellora in Maharashtra. If you visit Maharashtra, then Ajanta and Ellora you visit, you will find this type of paintings are there. Many paintings are there. Then miniature, that means small art is also done by the early people. So miniature art is seen in Pahari, Rajput and Mughal paintings. That means in the earlier age, the small miniature paintings we find in the period of Mughal, then Rajput, Pahari also we find. And earlier craftsmen built beautiful monuments. So as I told you, that monuments, that on some building or on some wall, people used to do various work, very nice work. These are the crafts people done. And places of worship, that means we find in temples also this kind of work. The stupas of Sanchi, it is very famous. If you visit in Sanchi, stupas are there. That means here some temples are there, you can say. And the Buddhist people used to sit there. They used to teach the students. So these are like temples and schools also, you can say. So they were built by Emperor Ashoka. He was very famous that time. Now also his history, if we see, he was very powerful king, Emperor Ashoka, and he made these stupas. And we find Taj Mahal also by Shah Jahan, and it was the one of the wonders, you can say. 7 wonders are there in the world, and one of the wonders we find this monument, and it is Taj Mahal. And the later is now recognized as one of the wonders of the world. So now it is recognized as one of the wonders of the world. So many famous monuments and buildings are a part of our heritage. So in our India we find these are the part of our heritage. That means from the early age, now also it is there, and it is our heritage, you can say. That means things are going on, but still these things are there, these buildings and monuments are there. Okay. Now the food what our Indian people follow or they eat. The food grains, vegetables and fruits grown in our country vary from place to place. So these foods are also, not all the fruits are available in all places. So these are also varied from one place to another place. And depending upon the landform, somewhere we find some mountains are there, some hills are there, lowlands are there. So depending on the landforms, these fruits and vegetables are grown. And climate also, that means the weather. Depending on the weather, some fruits and vegetables are grown, and in other places the climate is not suitable for that. so that vegetables cannot or fruits cannot grow there. So depending on the climate and landform and season. So these are the three main things the foods grown in India. Spices such as chilies, then turmeric, pepper, cardamom and cloves are grown here. Sweets such as rasgulla, very famous, and Shrikhand, then payasam, that means payas, so it is very famous in India, and laddus. So these sweets are very popular in India, though we have now a variety of sweets we find. So these are the things, the foods we find in India. Now the clothes. So in various parts of India, many people, they follow, in one region they follow their own clothes. In other region if you go, you will find that they follow their own clothes. So clothes are also different from one region to another region. And what are the clothes we find? In some parts, summer are very hot, and winters are very cold, we find. And while in other parts, the climate is almost the same throughout the year. So if you go to south, that means if you go to Bangalore, that climate is very good. So throughout the year, it is almost same. But in our area also, in northeast, so we find in summer it is very hot, and winter very less winter days we find. So like that, it is differ from one region to another region. So depending on the weather, people wear different kinds of clothes. So the popular dresses which are very popular in some regions, let us discuss. So we find salwar kameez with a dupatta in Punjab. So in Punjab, salwar kameez and dupatta we find. Then ghagra kurta with an orni. In Haryana we find it is. And ghagra kachri, it is in Rajasthan. Then lehenga choli in Gujarat, and a mundu blouse in Kerala. And men generally wear trousers and shirts. Other dresses for men are pajama kurta. So that you might have seen that the boys or the men, they wear pajama kurta also, and dhoti kurta, then lungi kurta, because in TV also, in some cinemas or films, we see that lungi kurta the men were wearing. Then lungi shirt also. Then men in Rajasthan wear churidar kurta also they wear with an achkan, or you can say angaraka, that means one achkan it is called, people wear. And a churidar with a jacket is worn in Gujarat. In Gujarat we find churidar with jacket. So these are some of the dresses in India men's wear. Then in Tamil Nadu we find men's lungis. These are very popular and are called vesti. These are called vesti. And in Kerala they are called mundu. In Kerala it is called mundu, and in Tamil Nadu it is called vesti. But the thing is same. The names are different. Then men in West Bengal and Assam mostly wear dhoti kurta. So in Assam and West Bengal, most people they wear dhoti with kurta. In some festivals also we wear this dhoti and kurta. So it is very famous in Assam and West Bengal. Then even the style of tying the turban differs from state to state. In the hilly regions, due to the cold, the Kashmiris wear a long woolen kurta. In Kashmiri people, sometimes we see in TV also that long kurta they wear. Why? And these clothes are very heavy. And this woolen kurta, it is called Firan. This woolen kurta name is given, it is Firan. So these are very famous in Kashmir. That means their cold is too much. So that is why they wear this long woolen kurta. Now we have seen the differences in India. In various parts we find many differences are there. But the name of the chapter is Unity in Diversity. So these are called the diversities. That means the differences we find in India. But where is the unity? So let us come to know about the unity. The history of the freedom movement. I think most of you have heard that the Indian people, they fought against the Britishers. They used to rule over India. And lastly we got the freedom. That means that 15th August 1947, it is called Independence Day, and we celebrate throughout the India. So it proves that we have the unity. If we would not have the unity, we would not get the freedom from the Britishers. They had to leave our country. So this way we have proved that yes, we have the unity. Though we have differences, but we have unity also. And people from different religions came together to fight against. So that time people, they have proved that there is no religion. All people came together to fight against the British, and ultimately they had to leave our country. So there is, we find the unity. The Indian flag. Here there is no religion. If I take the Indian flag, any other religious people also they can take the Indian flag, because all are Indians. So here also we find the unity. Then the national anthem. Here there is no religion when we sing our national anthem. And the patriotic songs. Here also we do not find any differences. So these are the symbol of our unity. So here we find the unity. So the main thing we have understood that unity, though we have diversity, though we have differences, we are one. We are unite. That is unity in diversity. Now globalization. What is globalization? That means progress in communication. Nowadays if you see that we have communicated with the other countries. Many other countries are connected with India also. We are taking many things from them. They are also taking many things from us. That is globalization. Then the transport system. So the air route is also there. Water route is also there. So this transport communication with other countries. Then the technology during 20th century. So all these things has enabled us to overcome geographical boundaries. That means what geographical boundary our India has. We have crossed this and we are globalized with the other countries. So we are not just in India. We are globalized now. And it has revolutionized our way of living. So our way of living we have changed because of this globalization. Many new things we came to know and we changed our lifestyle. This is globalization. The world is linked as never before. So this world, it was not like earlier, but nowadays all the countries are globalized with other countries. So it was never before. Economies, societies, cultures have been connected through a global trade. So nowadays, societies, cultures, all the things are changing. Economies, that means the money matter. So all the things are increasing now because we are connected with the other countries. Okay. globalization has resulted, because of this globalization, spreading information. That means our information other countries are getting. We are also getting the information from other countries. Some new things we are knowing. Their ideas also we are sharing. Our ideas, their ideas also we are following. Economically, if we speak, it has increased money flow. So, increasing money in our country because of many things we are taking from the other countries. They are also taking from us also. So this way the economic flow, you can say the money flow, it is increasing. Then the investment and international trade. International trade, that means from India, if things are purchasing by the other countries, and if we are also purchased, it is called international trade. So all the things are increasing now. So this has brought all the countries into a single giant world market. So these all the countries now, they are connected with one another, and it has become a single giant, that means very big, giant world market. So here two cases we will find. One is Kerala, a case study, and Ladakh, another case study. If we see these two case studies, here we will find how we have developed ourselves. We have increased our money flow. How we have changed ourselves. So these two case studies we will discuss in our next class. Let us conclude here. And if you have any doubt, again and again you watch the video, then you will understand. Okay? Thank you.